Crash course on the nuclear war. What are consequences if Russia starts using nuclear weapons during Russia-Ukraine conflict? Nuclear war is a catastrophic event that could result in the destruction of entire cities and even countries. The use of nuclear weapons during the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war would have dire consequences for both sides, as well as for the rest of the world. To understand the potential consequences of a nuclear conflict, it's important to first understand the basics of nuclear weapons and how they work. Nuclear weapons are explosive devices that rely on nuclear reactions to release enormous amounts of energy. The two primary types of nuclear weapons are fission and fusion weapons. Fission weapons, also known as atomic bombs, rely on a chain reaction of nuclear fission to release energy. These weapons use highly enriched uranium or plutonium as fuel and can release explosive yields ranging from a few kilotons to several megatons. Fusion weapons, also known as hydrogen bombs, rely on the fusion of atomic nuclei to release even greater amounts of energy. These weapons are typically more powerful than fission weapons and can produce yields in the tens of megatons. The consequences of a nuclear detonation are numerous and severe. The initial blast can cause widespread destruction and death, while the resulting radioactive fallout can have long-term health effects on those exposed to it. A nuclear exchange between Russia and Ukraine would likely result in the deaths of millions of people, as well as widespread environmental and economic devastation. In addition to the immediate effects of a nuclear detonation, there are also long-term consequences to consider. The radioactive fallout from a nuclear explosion can contaminate land, water, and air for decades, making it difficult for survivors to rebuild their lives. The resulting environmental damage can also have far-reaching effects on ecosystems and agriculture, potentially leading to food shortages and other economic disruptions. Furthermore, the use of nuclear weapons by Russia would likely trigger a global response, with other nuclear-armed countries potentially launching their own nuclear strikes in retaliation. This could lead to a full-scale nuclear exchange between multiple countries, resulting in even greater levels of destruction and loss of life. Given the catastrophic consequences of a nuclear war, it is imperative that all parties involved in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict work to find a peaceful resolution. Diplomatic efforts should be prioritized, and both sides should avoid any actions that could escalate the conflict further. Here are many interesting stories and examples related to the topic of nuclear war, some of which illustrate the devastating effects of these weapons and the importance of avoiding their use. Here are a few examples. 1. The Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombings. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 remain the only instances in which nuclear weapons have been used in warfare. The bombings killed an estimated 200,000 people, most of them civilians, and led to Japan's surrender in World War II. The bombings also ushered in the nuclear age and prompted a global arms race that lasted for decades. 2. The Cuban Missile Crisis. In 1962, the United States and the Soviet Union came to the brink of nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. The crisis was sparked by the Soviet Union's placement of nuclear missiles in Cuba, which the United States viewed as a direct threat to its security. After tense negotiations, the Soviet Union agreed to remove the missiles in exchange for a U.S. promise not to invade Cuba and to remove U.S. missiles from Turkey. 3. The dead hand system. During the Cold War, the Soviet Union developed a system known as perimeter, or dead hand, which was designed to automatically launch nuclear missiles in the event of a catastrophic attack on the Soviet Union. The system relied on a network of sensors and computers to detect signs of an attack and to authorize a retaliatory strike without human intervention. The system remains in place today, though its exact capabilities are unknown. 4. The human cost of nuclear testing. During the Cold War, both the United States and the Soviet Union conducted extensive nuclear weapons testing. These tests had significant environmental and health impacts, both for those living near testing sites and for the wider population. In some cases, such as the 1986 Chernobyl disaster in Ukraine, nuclear accidents have had devastating consequences for human health and the environment. These examples highlight the dangers and complexities of nuclear weapons and the importance of preventing their use. While the world has avoided a full-scale nuclear war since the bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the threat of nuclear conflict remains a pressing concern, and continued efforts to reduce and eventually eliminate nuclear weapons are necessary to ensure a more peaceful and secure future. There are currently 9 countries that possess nuclear weapons. 1. United States. The United States is estimated to have around 3,750 nuclear warheads, of which around 1,750 are deployed and ready for use. 2. Russia. Russia is estimated to have around 4,490 nuclear warheads, of which around 1,625 are deployed and ready for use. 3. China. China is estimated to have around 350 nuclear warheads, of which around 100 are deployed and ready for use. 4. France. France is estimated to have around 290 nuclear warheads, of which around 290 are deployed and ready for use. 5. United Kingdom. The United Kingdom is estimated to have around 225 nuclear warheads, of which around 120 are deployed and ready for use. 6. Pakistan. Pakistan is estimated to have around 165 nuclear warheads. 7. India. India is estimated to have around 156 nuclear warheads. 8. Israel. Israel is widely believed to possess nuclear weapons, although it has never officially confirmed or denied their existence. 9. North Korea. North Korea has conducted several nuclear tests and is believed to have produced a small number of nuclear warheads, although estimates of its stockpile vary widely. It's important to note that the possession of nuclear weapons is a sensitive and controversial issue, and many countries and international organizations are working to reduce and eventually eliminate the global stockpile of nuclear weapons through disarmament and non-proliferation efforts. In conclusion, the use of nuclear weapons during the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war would be a catastrophic event with far-reaching consequences for both sides and the rest of the world. It is crucial that all parties involved work to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict and avoid any actions that could trigger a nuclear exchange. The long-term consequences of a nuclear war are simply too devastating to contemplate. We hope this video has given you a taste of all the incredible experiences America has to offer. If you're ready to start planning your own adventure to North America, please ensure to use our Booking.com referral link. https://www.booking.com/index.html $aid=7989335 to book your flights, hotels, car rentals, local attractions, and more. It's an easy and kind way to support this channel and make sure you get the best possible deals on your trip. Thank you. Anhub Metaverse Team.